is going to be the best video you're going to watch on how to create a book cover for Amazon KDP or an ebook. I'm going to be walking you through step by step, and I'm going to show you every single detail, the tips and tricks to actually get the best results, to get those clicks and purchases. And the next thing I'm going to be sharing with you is how you can actually leverage these methods to create multiple book covers just using simple technique as switching. And another thing that you need to do is when watching my videos, you guys smile, right? Yes, put in a smile. And the way that you can make a difference between you watching this video and someone who has not watched this video is by implementing. So please, when you watch this video, go and implement. Leave YouTube, go to Canva and start designing, because I choose Canva and that is the easiest way that we can actually get this done. So if you sound pumped up like me and you want to get something going, let's get into Canva right now. So here we are inside of Canva, and everything here is super simple. And if you're new to Canva, this is a design tool that helps from social media design to Instagram posts and logos and literally almost everything that you need to do on the internet. This is very important for someone who works online, an online entrepreneur, or you have something that needs to do with graphics, because it makes the work so simple. There's a link in the description there that is going to help you to get Canva Pro free for 30 days. You can smash that link and benefit from this gold mine. So the first thing you need to do while you're inside of Canva right now, like I'm here, is actually just go ahead and click on book cover. Canva has actually put everything open to us and clear. And on some cases, if you have to create a book for Amazon KDP, this is where you have to go click on create design, and you come over here to custom size. Inside of a custom size, now you can actually put your own design. In most of the cases, it's in inches for Amazon KDP. You can go ahead and put it here, and it is a 7:9 or 9:7, depending on the platform you actually put this publishing on. KDP has its own, and other different publishing platforms also have their own method. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on book cover here. Let's just create something general. Once you're inside of this page, this is a blank space you are going to be designing your book cover in. In most cases, you can go ahead and just go to search bar and search for book cover. You're going to see that Canva has a variety of templates that you can actually choose from to just go ahead and customize to build something for yourself. But to be sincere with you, especially for those who are publishing on Amazon KDP, it is recommended that you create something custom, because you know there's a very high level of competition. And before we get in, I want you to know that this our cover book we're going to create in here is for a butterflies coloring book, and you just need to be keen and follow me step by step, because you can implement this to create a book cover for any kind of book, as I'm going to be sharing with you 3 different ideas. So the first thing I'm going to do here for the first idea is to go ahead and insert a circle. So once I click on this circle, it's going to insert into my dashboard, and I'm going to go ahead and increase the circle size. I'm going to be showing you everything step by step, so please focus. So I'm just going to increase this, and once I balance it this way, let me go ahead and undo. I'm going to increase it. So if you can see, I'm following this red margin, and I can increase it to this angle here until I see that red margin. So the next thing I need to do is go ahead and click on these 3 dots here, and I go ahead. Everything is actually centered, but if you don't have it centered, you can click here to middle it and to put everything on center. So this is the first step. The next thing you need to do is go ahead and change this color. I'm going to change this color to white color, and I'm going to click on this button here to change, to give it a border. So I'm going to give it a solid border, and I'm going to increase that border to, let's say, 10, 13, or 13 is actually good, and I'm going to keep it that way. So the next thing you need to do is, if you are creating, let's say, a book for Christmas, Easter, there's a lot of ways that you can actually do it, but this is for butterflies, and you're going to see how I'm going to play around with this to get good results. So actually, I have some number of butterflies that I used here when I was creating our first design, which is going to look like this. So our final result is going to look at something like this. But how you can do to get these butterflies is very easy. You just need to click on elements and search for coloring. So I'm just going to go ahead and search for coloring images. So as you can see, this is a keyword I actually search for, coloring images butterflies. So if you are creating a book, let's say for coloring images Easter, you can just go ahead and put in that keyword. But for the sake of this video, so that we are going straight to the point and actually see what I'm talking about, I'm going to click here, and I'm going to choose from this. So I'm just going to go ahead and click them here, and once it's inserted, I bring it down here. I will reduce the size, and I'm going to be putting this around this circle. So you're going to understand this trick as we move on, so just be focused. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to insert all this real quick, and I'm going to go ahead and put this video to go ahead and fasten it up so that you just see what I get at the end. But everything is very easy. You just need to put this here. And in another case, another thing I'm going to do is, I want to insert this. I'm going to bring it here, and I'm going to click on it, and I use this feature and send it to back, so that our butterfly is actually behind. So these are the 3 different cases. The one that you put at the edge directly like this, the kind of butterfly that is this way, and another butterfly that has 2 wings that you put it this way directly on the circle, and another butterfly that has 2 wings, but you put one behind the circle and you put the other side to be visible. I hope you got the idea now. Let me put everything and let's continue. Here we are, and if you can look at it carefully, I have just carefully put these butterflies around the circle. It looks weird, like you don't know where I'm heading to. So the next thing you need to do is go ahead and click on the background here, this white place, and I'm going to go ahead and search for something here. So I'm going to search for this. I'm just going to search for cartoon. I'm just going to search for cartoon grass field. You're going to see the reason why I do this. I always recommend that when you're creating coloring books for kids, in particular, use this keyword cartoon. If those who watch my video on Midjourney, you're going to know what I'm talking about here. We're generating images using AI, and this cartoon keyword was a game changer. So I'm going to go ahead and insert this. There are a lot of different field images there, but when you use that cartoon keyword, it actually gives you something like this. If you look at this one below, some of them are too realistic and some of them are not really that good. So I recommend this one here. I'm just going to insert it and set it as background. So what I need to do is right click on the image and I set the image as background. So as you can see, we're already having something looking. Let me try to reduce the size so that you see what I'm talking about. So we already have something looking like a coloring book if you're familiar with it. So I'm just going to go now and okay, let me explain to you. I double click on it for those who are new to Canva, and I'm going to increase it so that I don't have that road on it. I want the green grass and I want all these flowers to be inside, something colorful. Good. So once we have it this way, the next thing you need to do now is go ahead and add text. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on this option here, click on text, and I'm going to insert a heading. So for the heading here, I'm just going to go ahead and put in butterfly. I'm just going to go ahead and put, as you can see, it's looking very small. What I'm going to do next is to increase it. So I'm going to click on this and I'm going to make it to be larger. So if you look at it carefully, it is going to be big, but one thing you need to know is when you are creating coloring books for kids, the fonts that you put on your coloring book matter. So if I keep this one this way, it's looking kind of good, but it's not really best. With the power of Canva, you can actually make things different. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to click here and I'm going to take a particular font. You see this font, Elders, that's why I tried that and work for me. You can just go ahead and choose some different fonts that Canva has to offer here for free. And for pro version, that's why I recommend you to get a pro version, because the fonts that are for pro version are really good. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose this font, Elders. So it's going to take some time and a load, and as you can see, we have it here all set, and I'm going to increase the size. I increase it this way, and once we have that butterfly there, this one looks too playful, but you just go ahead and choose what works for you. So I'm just going to go ahead and click now on effects, and inside of effects, this shadow effects actually worked for me so well. I recommend it for you. See what it's going to do. So I'm going to click on effects and I'm going to add a background here on, let's say, okay, once I click on effect, I'm going to give it something kind of pink. So I'm going to give it this color here. Since we have blue on the back, we have pink, it's going to look good. So as you can see, I'm just going to choose from this way and I get something pink. So here is really pink, here is really pink. Okay, and another thing that you need to do is once you have inserted that, you come back here and increase the transparency. So as you look at it, the pink is not really visible. I'm going to increase the transparency so that it is visible. So it seems like it has switched again. I'm going to take pink. I'll come over here, I'll take the pink color. So as you can see, the pink now is clearly visible. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change this black color. I'm going to change it to yellow. All I'm doing here is just for you to go ahead and play around with it and implement it on your. So as you can see, we're already having a colorful butterfly book that looks interesting and attractive for kids. So we're going to be adding another heading here, and I'm just going to put here a coloring venture. So I love just putting this here, and what I need to do now is I'm going to increase the size. I'm actually doing this step by step. Please be focused and look at what I'm doing, because if you know how to do this, it's going to take you very few minutes to actually create a design like this. So as I reduce that edge here, I want everything to be fit inside of that rectangle, and I'm going to increase it this way. I'll take this a little bit up, or in the end I'll take this down a little bit. I'll keep it this way, and I take this down. It's on that butterfly, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this section down. So if you do not know what happened here, I actually grouped all the images together. So on Canva, you can actually select all images once you have put them step by step and you group them together. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to reduce the size of this. So if you see, we already have something looking good. So I'm going to keep it this way. I'm not going to change this text here, or I can go ahead and choose something, let's say pink again. So in this case now, I'm going to go ahead and search for a pink color here. I just want something that stands out on the background. So this good is looking good, or I can also take this because it looks good too. Okay, this is preferable. So in your own case, you're going to look for something that actually stands out for you, and as you can see, we're already having something far looking like a coloring book cover. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to duplicate this. So I love this font here. I'm going to duplicate this, and I bring it inside of this circle. and I'm going to change this book. I'm going to change this here and put coloring book for kids. So in your case, you can now go ahead and play with the different fonts that you can put in here. What you can do is put coloring book in the different fonts and put for kids in the different fonts. But for the sake of this tutorial, I just hope you bear with me. I don't want to take so much extra time because I have to show you other ideas. You can also go ahead and change the color here for it to stand out. But if you look at what I did on this, my own case here, I changed the colors so that they had something separate. I think with this, you can go ahead and play with it. So adding the images around, and then adding the text in the center, and then adding this at the top. That's how you actually get it done. So I'm going to be showing you now the next format that we are going to be creating, and this is what it's going to look like. So I actually prepared this so that I don't waste much of your time. So this is what it's going to look like, and all we're going to be doing here is very simple. So on this blank page here, let me just take this off. If you don't know how to add a blank page, for those who are new to Canva, just click on this plus button and we have that blank sheet. We'll go ahead to elements, and once we have elements, we're still going to go ahead and search for that keyword cartoon grass field. So you see this one here has some grass under it. What you can do to this image also, another thing that you need to know on Canva is that these images that are pro and they give you access to it like that, it's not recommended to just use them exactly. That's why you see I do not just take a single butterfly and put, you have to add different butterflies to actually make it look custom. It is not looking like somebody's image any longer. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this and see what I'm going to do. So just be focused. So once I duplicate this, I'm going to go ahead and take this circular section. You know, this is a key part of this design. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to keep the text here. In your own case, you can go ahead and change the text, and this is going to help me to create multiple coloring books. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to my elements. I take this off, and I'm going to choose for a particular butterfly that actually looks very catchy and visible. So in this case here, this one looks playful. It has a lot of blue, but I'm just going to keep it on the white. And I'm also going to look at this one. It looks playful. So the reason why I'm actually choosing these particular ones is like it looks cartoon like. So I'm going to increase this. In your own case, you're going to search and choose a better image if this one doesn't really work well for you. So I'm going to put it this way. And another thing I can do here is, okay, as it is this way, it is already looking good. But what I'm going to add here now is this. So this is what I want to add, but let me show you the keyword before you search for it. So I'm just going to go ahead and search for crayons. I'm going to search for crayons. You know, these crayons are what the kids use to actually color. So if you search for crayons, you're going to see different kind of crayons that you can actually put on your image. So here we go. This is exactly what I wanted. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on this, and I bring it to the bottom here. And once at the bottom, I'm going to increase the size of it. So I'm going to increase the size to this extent, and I put it this way. So it's some kind of coloring book. It doesn't really need to be so complex, and the third way that you can actually use this method is by combining these two methods. So let me show you this. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this page right now, and once I've duplicated that same page, or let me just use the same one, I'm going to click on this image, and I'm going to hold the shift button. I click on this other image so that I can group them together, and I move it this way, and I reduce the size a little bit. Please be focused and follow me. It's going to help you a lot. So once I've grouped this, I'm going to come over here to the top. This is our first design. I'm going to group everything. As you can see, I've gone copy. I'm going to come to the bottom here, and I'm going to paste it at the bottom. So I'm going to paste it here. This is how you can actually do to combine two different design ideas to get a single book cover. So you can go ahead and play with this to get something nice. I think this one really looks good. It has a lot of butterflies on it, but in your case, you're just going to play with it to have something nice. And another way, this you can actually take off some of these butterflies and put the uncolored butterflies. So I'm just going to go ahead and search for it. So you see this keyword here, coloring images butterflies. So if you are still watching this video, please be focused. Coloring images butterflies. So when you search for this particular keyword on Canva, you're going to see that this kind of images look like this kind of graphics. They look like an image that you can actually put for the interiors for a coloring book. You see them here. We have a good number of them, so you can go ahead and mix them in such a way that maybe the kid has to color this image to match with the others. So this might actually pop up here. That's it on how to create a nice looking book cover like this. If you enjoyed this video, please give this video a like, consider subscribing to the channel for more videos like this, and please share this video with someone who is going to watch this and definitely enjoy it. Drop a comment before leaving this video. If you leave without commenting if you like this video or not, I will not be happy with you. Subscribe to our channel and let's go. So if you want to also know how to create a book that is going to look 3D like, like what you are seeing right here, watch this video, watch the video that also shows right here. And my name is Cyril, and this is Liberty. See you next one. Ciao.